Welcome to your product database. So we've entered our inventory. So whatever we're going to be doing in this video is all about your inventory. Now this sheet is called product database. You're going to enter all of your inventory at hand here. You're going to enter them, so you already know the kind of items you're dealing with, so you know their names. And for the sake of this video, I've entered a few random item names, but let's check out other videos before we start entering other sheets, before we start entering our data. So this is what your purchase input looks like. This is what your purchase input look like. Again, we have a few data in it, and that is why it looks a bit crowded. So your purchase input is where you enter your purchases. So when you purchase any item, you enter them here. And then we have your sales output. This is where you record your sales. Now the purchases that you've made, you're going to record selling them in this sheet, so the sales output. And lastly, this is our inventory sheet. So this is like an overview, a summary of your product database, your purchase input, and your sales output. So it just kind of gives you an overall view of what your inventory looks like. So now let's go and begin. So the first thing you want to do is enter your item name. So let's say, our reference number. A lot of businesses go by different kinds of referencing. So if you go by badge number in a production company, or whatever references that's preferable. So I'm going to go with 111. Let me go with DT111. And the name of this item is example, and it costs us, like, let's say 2, right? And let's enter another one. So let's enter like 3. So let's enter DT222 and DT333. Now let's give it another name, example 2 and example 3. Good. And let's enter 2 and 2. Good. Now we have 3 items that we've entered. So let's head over to our purchase sheet. Now that we've come to our purchase sheet, so let's say that we decided to purchase example 1, and you see that the batch number has automatically appeared. So let's click again and choose all of our examples, all of our entries, and let's choose the third entry, example 3. And we purchased these items, and double click the date and choose. So we bought example 2 on the 12th of April. We bought example 2 on the 13th, and we bought example 3 on the 14th. Yeah, and of course we have to enter our unit. How many did we buy? We bought 10 of each. 12 of each. 12, no, sorry. Yeah, exactly. So if you try to enter the wrong thing, it's going to give you a warning. So 12 of each, 12 of each, 12 of each. So you're going to enter the number or the units of whatever you've purchased. Now that we've done this, now look at this. This is just like an overview, the same with this table as well. So with this, it's going to tell you how much total units you made in the month. So on this table, it doesn't really mind the different item names. It just gives you like an overall total. So like in January, if you combine all of these items that you have in your stock, the number of units that you purchased, it's going to give you that amount here. But if you go further and you check here, now this breaks it down. So in April, this particular item, you got this. In August, if there's any transaction for August, it would appear here. In December, you purchased this item, so it is here. Let's assume that in February and January and July you did not purchase any of this particular item. So if you purchase more in a particular month, so this is also basically the total of each item that you've purchased throughout the month. Now let's go to our sales output. So we've made purchase of those items. Now we want to sell them. Good. So you come back here again and you click on the drop down and you choose our examples. Example 1, example 2, example 3. And again, you see that our batch number has automatically been updated. So now let's choose when we sold this. We sold it on the 18th. We sold this one on the 18th also, and we sold this on the 18th. Right. Now, how many units did we sell? How many units did we sell? Remember, we got 12 of each. I'm gonna play a little thing for you. Here. Okay, let's see. So let's choose 5, and let's choose 5, 7, and all 12. Okay, so in example, we sold 5 out of 12, and example 2 we sold 7, and example 3 we sold 12. We sold 12. So now the cost of this item, remember we entered the data, is 2, 2, and 2, so it automatically appears here and it calculates the cost of selling these goods. So this becomes your cost of production for these items. So if you're setting, when you are setting your price, you need to know this cost of goods. You know, for example 3, let's assume example 3 is an item, right? It's an item that you need to use in producing something. This is just an example. Knowing your cost of production is going to help you with knowing how much profit margin you should add on your price, but that's besides the point. So over here on this table, it's the same as your purchase. It gives you your total monthly cost of, okay, here it gives you your total monthly cost of goods sold. So in January, your cost of goods sold is this, and this table is what we are going to be using in our income statement. So you don't enter anything here. All right, you don't enter anything here, and here is the breakdown. So your monthly total, they all appear here based on the items that you have. So now let's go to the final inventory sheet, which is the inventory. So now look at this. All of your item names would appear here, their reference numbers, the units bought, the units sold, and what is left in your inventory. So let's go and check out the examples that we entered, right? These are the unit bought, these are the units sold, and here it says sold out. This simply means, remember we got 12 and we sold all 12, so it means we don't have example 3 item in stock, so it's sold out. If you sell anything out, it's going to automatically appear here as sold out. So that is it for your inventory. So the first thing you ought to do is create your inventory database, which is here. You can feel free to enter the information over here, but for this example I'm just going to stick to the main event. So enter your reference number, enter your data name, your item name, and the cost, and then you come to your purchase input. You record what you've purchased. Any purchases that you make, you record them here. You choose from a list of your items from your database, and you choose your date and the unit purchased. And when you come to your sales, the same thing, go through the same process and follow the instructions, and then your inventory just kind of shows you everything that's happening. Again, this sheet is locked. You don't need to enter any data in this general overview. Let's go to the next sheet.